Welcome to Lincoln Elementary. I'm Ann Langenfeld, I'm the principal. Come on in and let's see what we've been learning about water this year. One of the missions of Lincoln Elementary is to work on service learning and to get our kids thinking globally but yet acting locally. So when the faculty and myself came together, we talked about what we could do for an all-school project, and we wanted it to have a large impact and get the kids thinking about things are more than just here within our school. So we looked at the earth elements and we chose water this year. So we immediately thought water would be perfect, and so we talked about conservation, about what it means to use water and have fresh water.
My second and third graders studied about properties of water and also about the water cycle. We also looked at quality of water. We brought in different water samples. And then I have an after-school third grade STEM group that has taken that a little farther to learn about how you can clean dirty water, different ways to engineer a filter for that. So they've learned about that, and then they've also learned about counting money as well, and figuring out how we can get all the way up to 4,000 or beyond that.
This is a long walk to water, written and illustrated by Louis Sudan. So the story is about, there are two parts in the stories. In the story, one is about a boy named Salva, and then it's about his journey from when he was in school, and then there was a war going on in his country, so then they had to flee from the school, and then his traveling, and then he was part of the Lost Boys, and then eventually he was adopted by a family in America. So he was taken there.
And then it takes place in 2008, and she has to walk half the whole day back and forth to get water for her family, and
so then there are always the water. There's always the water that Nya gets is always dirty and muddy. So then one day her brother gets sick from the water. So then they have to walk a long time to get to a hospital. So then eventually a well is built in Nya's village, and then they can get clean fresh water from the ground. And then there's someone who helped build the well, who was
Salva.
Yeah, so then they kind of met up in the end. So it kind of tied the two stories together. I already knew about how in a lot of countries there's dirty water, but I didn't know how bad it was. And then, yeah.
Well, first of all, our PTO is a huge supporter in helping organize and think outside the box on ways we can do. And our all-school project, some of our teachers have experience at other schools doing things such as penny wars and different things, but really our PTO has been so generous, and other community members. For example, I think some of the kids may have talked to you already about our penny wars, and that was organized, and lots of parent support behind that. We have many opportunities like the note cards, the kids created those. our parents just did a silent art auction where we had 3 parents who were very instrumental in securing different pieces of artwork for this silent auction. We raised over $2,400 in one evening.
Our first fundraiser actually was a coin drive, but it was called a penny war, and the kids brought in pennies to their classroom, but it was the goal that other classes tried to take away from your penny jar by bringing in other coins or bills that subtracted from that amount. And so actually we raised with that about $1,000 because they got really competitive with that. So lots of dollar bills and actually $5 and $10 bills came to subtract the pennies.
One of our fundraisers was the kids made blank greeting cards using various different art forms like collage and watercolors, and we actually sold those cards in bundles of 5.
These cards, which we
Made to raise money for a well that we're
Yeah.
trying to build, that we
for
already built.
Sudan.
For South Sudan School, and we rebuilt it.
Yeah, we did, and I think we even raised a little more than the water well cast, which is pretty good. Then we sold them to people to raise money for the water well.
And our last fundraiser, we're going to do a walk for water. And so to kind of get the feeling of what it's like to have to walk many miles a day to get our water, we're going to walk around our school. I think first graders and through second graders will walk a mile, and kindergartners will walk half of a mile. And before the walk, the kids will get pledge forms from their family and friends, and donations will be made. And along their walk, they'll also be carrying jugs of water.
Then we're going to have a water walk, which is something that the H2O for Life program suggests to do for a fundraiser. And we're having the whole school is walking half a mile to a mile carrying water to see what it would be like to have to walk to carry your water back home.
What's your shirt say? H2O! What's H2O stand for? Water! Yeah! H2O! H2O! H2O!
It was a fabulous walk. The kids were wonderful.
Exceeded our expectations, so
Yeah.
we're really happy, and a lot of parents who showed up to help us. So.
I think it's affected the students by seeing that they can do something that will affect others and not getting anything in return. I think that's been a big lesson for them.
Feels pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like, well, that's really good because then people will get water.
It feels good because we know that we're helping them get water and saving them trips to ponds.
And then,
really good.
and then also like kids don't get sick and possibly like die because of the dirty water, like Ya's brother.
I think my students have really learned a lot about the fact that we take for granted that we have water, we turn on our faucet, we have clean water. They've learned that in lots of other parts of the world there isn't clean water, and that kids have to go and get the water from rivers and ponds, and the water's not always clean.
I think we've increased awareness of water. Our parents have been so supportive, and they have come in and volunteered and helped with learning at lunch, talking about water, bringing their knowledge of the world and community to us.
Well, I think we care a little more about water. That like we don't wash our hands like over and over or something like that.
I think now we are really deeply appreciated for the well.
I think like our art projects and stuff, like the art we have, it means more to us because it's actually about something, like something that's actually happening.
Good. Very good. We can make a splash. Let's all come together.